We begin tonight with that breaking news late today in the case of Lyle and Erik Menendez. Just a short time ago here, the Los Angeles DA, George Gascon, says he will now recommend the Menendez brothers be resentenced to life with the possibility of parole, meaning that after already serving 35 years in prison, the brothers could soon be set free. The DA saying he believes the Menendez brothers have paid their debt to society, pointing to their age at the time of the murders and the sexual abuse he says they endured. The first trial ended in a hung jury. The second trial heard very little of that alleged abuse. Several members of the Menendez family had sought their release. Many were at today's news conference, some in the front row to hear the decision. And the DA tonight with a message to victims of sexual abuse and noting that 30 years ago, society could have done more to help recognize the victims of abuse, girls and boys. So tonight, with the DA's move, the judge who comes next on this and the parole board both must sign off. ABC's chief national correspondent Matt Gutman leading us off from Los Angeles.
After nearly 35 years behind bars, the extraordinary move late today. The LA district attorney recommending a judge re-sentence the brothers for the brutal shotgun murders of their wealthy parents, Jose and Kitty.
They have been in prison for nearly 35 years. I believe that they have paid their debt to society.
DA George Gascon recommending their life sentence without parole be replaced by a sentence of 50 years to life with the possibility of parole, making them eligible for parole immediately. And he addressed the heart of this case, allegations the brothers were sexually abused by their father.
I do believe that the brothers were subjected to a tremendous amount of dysfunction in the home and molestation.
And he went on to say that prosecutor's office should reflect on whether they could have done more for victims of abuse.
I think there is also important to have some introspection today, because I think that often, for cultural reasons, we don't believe victims of sexual assault, whether they're women or whether they're men.
The 93-year-old sister of Kitty Menendez sitting in the front row. Just days ago, nearly 20 family members pleaded for their release.
No jury today would issue such a harsh sentence without taking their trauma into account.
The grisly murders gripping the country, the brothers buying shotguns and blasting their parents with 16 rounds, then staging this 911 call.
What's the problem? Someone killed my parents. Pardon me? Someone killed my parents.
From the outside, they embodied the American dream. But behind closed doors, the brothers described a nightmare of sexual abuse by their father and their mother turning a blind eye.
It broke me.
Did you cry?
Yes. My dad had been molesting me.
The brothers said they feared for their lives when they shot their parents after Lyle threatened to expose their secret. Their cousins backing up the allegations of abuse.
He told me never to reveal it to anybody, to promise him that I would keep it a secret between us.
But prosecutors in 1993 said the abuse defense was fabricated, at one point even saying men can't be raped.
It's the people's position, first of all, that men cannot be raped since they lack the necessary equipment to actually be raped.
That jury deadlocked.
I find that the jury is hopelessly deadlocked, and the court declares a mistrial.
And a second trial severely limiting evidence of abuse. They were convicted and sentenced to life without parole. Our Barbara Walters sat down with the brothers.
Do you think you're evil?
Oh no, I'm the opposite of evil. He's not an evil person, and I'm not an evil person.
The push for the brothers' release years in the making after a new generation discovered the trial online and took to TikTok. A string of documentaries would follow, along with a wildly popular but controversial Netflix scripted series.
This is done. This is done. You understand?
But the case now moves from the court of public opinion to a real courtroom. You are recommending that they be released essentially immediately.
I am recommending that they be released because I believe that the people that they were at age 19 and 21 is not the same people that we're seeing 35 years later.
Kitty Menendez's brother, Milton, remains opposed to the brothers' release, but tonight there is broad support and celebration on both sides of the Menendez family.
This is about truth, justice, and healing. It is time for Lyle and Erik to come home.
So let's bring in Matt Gutman with us live from Los Angeles. Matt, what are the next steps here? How quickly could this move?
David, it could be 30 to 45 days before this goes to a judge who will then have to rule on that resentencing, and then it has to go before a parole board. After that, it's possible that even Governor Newsom could weigh in on this, David.
Matt Gutman leading us off from Los Angeles with the breaking news. Matt, thank you.